live on Fridays, but what the hell? What's one more day? You know, go one day before. Not even that it has to be a specific day. But I don't have any announcements. I just thought that I'd go live. If anybody wants to ask me any questions, although it's 5 o'clock, so who knows? People may be out of work, but maybe a lot of you guys are working. I don't know. 5 o'clock. I know for me, my work hours are different. I'm not everybody. But let's see. But also, where I'm at is probably not good service. So this thing says 0 right now, and I can't tell. And this thing always jumps up. Like it'll be like 0 people, and then it'll be like 15 people out of nowhere. So maybe my location has a lot to do with it. I don't know. I'm not really like in a location that's like busy where there's a lot of people and probably service. So I don't expect a lot of people. So this is really just I'm really just winging it here. I don't have any like anything lined up here. I just figured I'd go live, and if anybody wants to ask me anything, go ahead and ask me. Feel free. Ask me whatever you'd like to ask me. This will probably be deleted. We'll see. We'll see. You just got in here. It's been a little while since I've gone live. Okay. No, I don't really see anybody. I do want to say something actually though. I thought about showing some things off, but then if I do that, like in a live, like I thought that'd be like entertaining. But like if I do that, then I spoil the videos that I make. And there's a few times where I'm like, it would be interesting to do like a whole live, like maybe like a live vlog, like an IRL type stream, or yeah, like to go somewhere adventurous and film that. But then if I do that, and it's not necessarily like a thing where if I do it, then I don't have a video to film, but it always happens to be something that I've already filmed for a video. So if I go live, I'm just spoiling it. So like, why would I do that? Which kind of like, I'm like, shucks, when I do that. But hey, holy crap, that fence is demolished. I don't know if that's worth looking at, if that's entertaining enough. Not that it has to be super entertaining, but look at that fence. Jeez, people breaking through, I guess. Oh, it looks like, oh, whoa. There may be an abandoned house on the other side of this fence. I'm not lying. I just seen a fence with like all this overgrowth, and it may be an abandoned house. Now, I did make a strict that, well, no, eh. I was about to say something about the content, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it. I'm not gonna put any stipulations on it. But who's all in here? It says 14. Okay, that's pretty solid. That's all right. It's good. Oh man, it is very warm where I'm at. It is springtime now, which is nice. Does anybody have any questions for me? If you do, let me know. Let them rip. Let them fly. But yeah, I don't have any announcements, so this is kind of a first. Kind of freestyling. You guys remember these things? Look at these necklaces. These were like really hip in the 90s. Everybody wore these. They go to the mall, they get dropped off, and be like, yo, Janice is here. Like, yo. And maybe they weren't like that, but but how much for the tattoos? Let's see, this arm, I think it was like anywhere from 22 to 2400, I think I spent. And then this one's kind of like, it's all like pieces. I kind of wish I did what I did here. And I don't regret any of my tattoos, but like I definitely wish I did it differently. And I will say that Somebody on meth. That's not good. I don't know who, but that's not good. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I do have more tattoos, like on my legs, but I can't really show you. I'm in a vehicle right now. I mean, I could, but like, I don't know. Yeah, tattoos are expensive, and I have quite a few of them. I definitely think I should have been, like, again, I don't regret it. They're here now. It is what it is. But I think that I should have been smarter with, my tattoos. Gone takes, what the heck? I have no idea what you're trying to say. Uh, 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 I have no idea. I know I don't do DRUGS. No, I don't. So, I mean, if you're trolling, like that's fine. You can troll. Oh, am I? Oh, okay. Apparently, I'm tweaking, guys. I'm tweaking. No. Um, how can I beat my grandma in a fight? Well, you need to mod. I know. Yeah. I don't see. I don't really like handle any of that stuff. Like, I guess I should though. You're right. It's fine. I'm used to trolls and people that just say stuff to just to get attention. Um, Yo, guys, he got two dads. He's just a poor kid. Does that even make any sense? Two dads and he's just a poor kid. Okay, that's cool. Good for you. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'll just leave it at that, if you don't mind. Pennsylvania. Um, do you work out? I run. I do a lot more cardio. I don't really do like if I go to the gym here and there, like I'll, I guess do the normal stuff, curls and stuff like that. But mostly for me, it's like running, jogging, just staying in shape. Like that's really kind of what I'm into. So yeah. Yeah. Trolls. Max bench. I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't even remember. Let's see, the last time I bench pressed, uh 2021. So it's been a little while. Yeah, I've mainly just focused on running. I like walking, I like running, jogging, doing that type of thing. I like doing it like super early in the morning. Wow, these questions. That no comment. There's no need for me to answer anything like that. Um, okay, any more? If not, it's fine. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. Yesterday I was walking my cow. Okay. What? Hi. Hello. Guys, I got so much stuff in my car, like, I can't even like pull the seat back. Like, I've got literally like a whole tent in here, and just like there's a lot in here. There's like firewood from when um, I went not really camping per se, but I went to the mountains recently. I have video on that, so you'll see that eventually, pretty soon. I might put another video up tomorrow. Awesome. Slovakia and Europe. Word up. God, sitting in here, I'm stagnant, so it's like hot. The sun is just like, even though I'm in like a shaded area, the car isn't always the best for this, but I'm from Slovakia. That's cool. That's awesome. That's sweet. I always wanted to travel outside of the country. I want to go overseas. I've been everywhere in the US, just not overseas. See you later. Is this messing with anything? Like, should I take this out or not? I don't see how it would, but I don't know how long I've been on here now, I guess. 10 minutes. Wow, 10 minutes already. No, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care what people say in here. People could, like, make fun of me all day or whatever, say whatever. I'm just like, "Hey," I put myself out there, so it's all good. It's all love. India is very cheap to travel, except tickets? Yeah, I would imagine. Favorite memorable word. Whoa, that is a wild statement. Um, yeah, I saw your question. Wait, wait, you asked me a question? Let me see. Oh, have I had any more crazy stuff happen? Yeah, actually, okay, so I was in my living room and my my cat was in there, but there's no way he had anything to do with it. He was just like taking a nap. But the where the microwave is, there's like I don't know what the hell you call it. We got it recently in the apartment, but basically it's like I guess it's cabinets, but they're like on wheels. And we use that to store the cat food and whatever. And somehow I'm just sitting here watching TV, and somehow one of the doors come up, and the only way it can come off of it is like there's like well, I'll just tell you what happened and then explain. But I'm sitting there watching TV, and the door just like it just fly like I didn't see it fly out, but it comes off and it slams onto the ground. And the only way that you can take off all right, sorry, I'm getting distracted with all these questions. It's the only way that you can take it off is it has to go up first and then out. So there's no way that a cat could do that. It's just not possible. So you tell me like how does a door like come up off the hinge because it has to like slide up first and then off? Like how does that happen? Like I opened it like a million times and closed it and like pulled on it just to see if I could recreate what happened, and there's just no possible way. So I'm just sitting there, like I said, minding my own business. The door just comes off and slams onto the ground, and there's just no way you could do it. And a cat is not going to do that. Cupcakes and Twilight. Your place is haunted. Yeah, no, I was like, how did that just happen? Like, how was that possible? Like, I was sitting there, like, tugging on the door, like, I closed the door a couple of times, I tried to recreate it. Even if my cat let's just say he was underneath the door, how would the door would have had to open up for one, he would have had to stand up underneath of it to push it off the hinge and have it go to the ground. So, like, it's just not possible. So, it just happened out of nowhere, like, there was no sound before it, it was completely quiet, and it was just like, "Boom, boom," and I was just like, "What the hell?" And to be honest, there's been a couple things that have happened in that kitchen, um, like, one time I was sitting there again, I don't know if I was, like, playing video games or watching TV, but I was doing one of the 2, and, something fell into the sink, and there was no reason for it to happen, but not only did something, like, fall into the sink, but then, like, I heard, like, shifting around, and there was nobody in the kitchen, like, how does just something like that happen? So, that was weird. Trying to think, what else has happened? I mean, there's been quite a few things that have happened, um, well, of course, with the videos and stuff, but I mean, outside of that, there's definitely been some things that have happened that are unexplainable. See, the thing is, I would go back to Emily P. Bissell Hospital, but they locked it up for good. Well, at least since I went there last time, they, like, deadbolted it, and, I'm not one for See, the thing about that is I'm not going to try to, like, get into a place. If it's, like, wide open, then it's like, okay, that's, like, one thing, but, like, really what I like to do is ask permission. That's, like, the best way, like, I'll contact whoever's in charge, whoever owns it, and that's typically how I do that. That's typically how I get into these places, is by contacting the owner or whoever's in charge, you know what I mean? So, that's the route that I usually take, but, I mean, I'm not gonna say that, like, I've always taken that route, especially when I first started going to abandoned places. I definitely did not think about that or even consider, um, asking anybody. I just you know, whatever happens, happens kinda thing. Luckily, I've not faced any serious consequences. I don't know about that. Um Eh, real quick, it's fine that you called me that, like Mattis. Alright, so the whole thing behind that, like, not to confuse anything, well, maybe you're just saying it as like a, you know, or a joke or whatever. Not that I'm taking any offense or anything, but like my name is Matt, but the whole concept name behind the channel is either it's like Matt is the creator or Matt is the creator. So that's why I have IS after it. So I don't know if you knew that or not, but I was just saying you can call me that. It's fine. But I just wanted to let you know just in case you didn't. Yeah, I don't know about something like that. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, all in all, it's like, is it really a big deal? I mean, if like, you know, we're all adults here, well, I would think. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's my cup of tea, to be honest. Did you Rambo it when it happened or just freeze? Oh no, like you talking about with the door falling off its hinges? I didn't run or anything. I went into the kitchen to see what happened. I was really interested in seeing. I see. I like to run towards things when weird things happen. I don't run away from them. So maybe I'm different in that aspect, but I don't generally get scared of things. Like if I do get scared, I'm still like hype to like go check it out. I think it's more like exciting. So now I'm like curious. So I think it's just like, you know, it's kind of built on that when something happens. Have I been in situations where it's like fight or flight, and I'm like, I'm gone? Yeah, there's been some serious gnarly situations. Like, when we were in the school and we got chased out of that school, that was that was pretty scary because we didn't know who the person was chasing us in any stretch of the way. Like, not that we would, but when you're in complete darkness and you're you know, you got this camera and the light can only see so far, you at a certain distance, I couldn't make out who the person was, but I heard them coming towards us. And once they started picking up speed and like running towards us, and I could really hear that, I was like, all right, we've got to go. There's just no time to react. There's no time to think. You just go, you know? So that's what happened with that. So honestly, that was probably like out of a lot of the things that I was doing around that time, that was probably one of the most gnarliest times. Yeah, I mean, it's an adrenaline rush. I wouldn't say I'm an adrenaline junkie by any stretch of the way, but it can be exhilarating for sure. I mean, it's the reason why we watch horror movies. Well, for the most part. I mean, can we really say that horror movies are that scary? When we sit down, we watch a horror movie, 9 times out of 10, are we really actually scared? No, but we still are curious enough to see what happens. So it's like, I don't know, I guess it's, like, on par almost with, like, a car accident, like, you know it's, like, bad, and you feel for the person, but, like, it's hard to look away because 'cause you're, like, so much like, something is happening, and it's, like it's just how our brains work. We you know, something catastrophic happens and we want to know about what's going on. Um, I'm good. I'm good. Horror movies are fun to watch with a date or with our date. Yeah, for sure. I just love movies. I think I like watching movies more than shows just because for me, I think it can be fun, but I don't particularly like binge watching shows. It's not that like I don't like sitting down and like focusing and like watching something and have it like play out. Like it has nothing to do with that. I think for me, it's just like after a certain extent, I get bored and I'm like a very productive person. So as much as I do like to sit down and watch movies, that's like really the extent of it. I'm not like a big TV person. I'd much rather be like creating something, whether I'm physically like making something or, I'm creating content or doing something like that. But I'm way more productive than like it's the opposite for me, I guess. Or like, like people like they go to work and then they maybe they'll do something else and then they'll go home and they'll relax. I'm like, let me go to work and then let me do this and then let me do that and then let me do that and then maybe I'll like relax for a little bit. But I'm like, yeah, that's just how I like to be. I don't like to like, and there's nothing against it. Like, I know plenty of people that work and come home and like watch something. I know I'm going into this big spiel now over like watching movies, but I know plenty of people that go to work and they work their ass off and they want to come home and relax, which is fine. But I'm a psychopath when it comes to that. Cause like when I get out of work, if even if I have like even if I have like a very long day and I've got like this, that, and the third going on, like my first thought is once I'm free, I want to do what I want to do. And that's like working on content, like filming something, creating something, making something, doing some type of art or something. I'm not a fan of AI. Not a fan of AI at all. I I miss the old YouTube platform. And the reason that is because it was so much it was so real, like so much more real, like now and it has nothing to do with editing. I think like editing has definitely made it's definitely a more painless process with when it comes to editing. But like I just don't like how everything now is just like short retention, you know? Everything is like very just like a short attention span. Everybody wants to get the information and then they want to leave. It's like, what about the build up, like the unravel? It's like with a story, you have like the beginning, you have the middle, and you have the end, which is basically, I'll break it down even more. You have the setup, you have the conflict, you have the resolution. And it's like, I want to know like the character development, like what's going on with them, maybe their background, like their interest, you know, etc. And like now, like people like thrive on short form content, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but like what value does it really bring? Like, so that's why I really identify with it. Like, I'm not saying that short form content can't be valued, but let's just be honest, there's a lot of meaningless content out there nowadays. Like, like I could even like give you an example right now because there's so many that like I could say, but let's just say it could be like let's just say it's the dumbest thing ever, the most simplest thing ever, and it just gets like a mass amount of views and comments and likes and etc. versus somebody that like constructed this whole video as like a good story, like I don't know, the characters are good and everything. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's like, is it the fact that like people just don't have like the mental capacity anymore to like really like follow, or I don't know what it is, you know? And I'm not trying to like badmouth anybody, or people have different views on what they like when it comes to content or movies or TV shows or even entertainment. But for me, I really identify being a part of a system where it's like I want to create something and do something that's original in some way, where it doesn't have to be like, and it doesn't even have to be original, but in a way where it's like I'm really gonna put my touch on it. Because now there's so many cookie cutter videos out there that follow that same formula, especially when like Mr. Beast got really popular. There was a lot of YouTubers like chasing that retention style editing where it's like 50 cuts in like a single scene, like all these jump cuts, and it's just like so like fast paced in that way, fast zooming, and it's like, is this what it's come to? Like we got to do tricks now to get people to watch. It's like, why not be like, let me tell you a valuable story, or let me show you something valuable in some way, whether it's like this place that we're exploring, and I'll demonstrate, maybe in the first 5 seconds, I'll demonstrate like how cool this place is and why you should care, you know? Why you should care to watch the piece of content that I'm putting out. That's what I like to demonstrate. And I'll demonstrate that by being like, maybe show you something exhilarating from that clip. And, it'll be like a couple clips throughout it. But then I'm not going to give you the whole segment because I want you to watch. Like that all very much makes sense. But when somebody's like, let me play this video and I have to do all these things, these cuts just to get you to follow along, and all these like technical editing tricks just to get you to follow. It's like, is it really come down to that? Like a good story is a good story. A good video with good value is a good video with good value. Like why is it the way that it is? But I mean, I don't make the rules. But I do wish it was like the old format of YouTube was back. I would love that so much. It's never gonna come back, I don't think. If it does, it won't be anytime soon. Short form content is thriving. Um, I mean, some people just create shorts, so that just goes to show you. And it's good, I will say that from experimenting with shorts, it showed me that there's a lot of people that really pay attention to that, because although I've earned most of my subscribers from the content that I've put out, I've also noticed that once you when you're posting a lot of shorts, it gets you like so many more subscribers so much more quickly, rather than a video that you work tooth and nail on. So I've been down that path too, and that's how I've also realized that um, I really wish like people, and I can't say that everybody, but for the majority of people, I really wish that people would pique more interest in storytelling, because I think that is like just the most phenomenal I don't say trick, but phenomenal thing to know, to be able to execute. So yeah. Holy crap. I think this is like my record short, or record live. We're almost at a half an hour, guys. And I don't know if I'll hang on to this or not, but do you drive bikes? I don't. I don't ride any bikes, but I actually just filmed this segment. I don't know when it's going to be out, but I tell a story about riding bikes, which is funny that you actually say that, because I tell a story about like my first dirt bike, but I'll save that for the video. But no, I don't have any dirt bikes now. Like I don't currently ride. I think riding is fun. I loved it when I was a kid. I did it a whole heck of a lot. Rode quads, dirt bikes. Um, Yeah, that's pretty much it. Never rode a street bike or I mean, I've ridden on, like, motorcycles, but I've never ridden on a street bike or rode a street bike myself. I think it would be fun and exciting, but I don't know. I feel like if I got a street bike, I'd probably be a dead man. Those things are super sketchy. Oh, you own a bikers group? That's cool, man. That's awesome. It's interesting. So is that like your big passion, riding? No, I guess obviously, but yeah, bikes are cool. You just got to be safe, you know. It depends on what bike it is, but either way, I mean, I guess anything can go wrong. Savage Squad. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that. That's really cool. Uh, how long? Let's see. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Uh, Harmonies are. I was just seeing some of these other questions here. Holy crap, my phone is like melting from the sun. That's not good. It is like hot to the touch. These iPhones, when they get hot like that, they just like shut down. Um, yeah, if anybody has any more questions, that's cool. If not, I will, see you on the next video. I might put out another video tomorrow. I'm trying to get back on track of like releasing content consistently. And there's been a lot of like setbacks and different things that have happened. But I'm trying to get back on a more consistent route. And I have a lot of content that is saved up and stuff that I'm editing now and I'm continuing to film. I mean, I every day I film. Even if it's like like B-roll or like a little segment, I always take footage and I collect it and I put it together and I film as much as I can. And I have things that I'm working on behind the scenes too. And I am, like I said, I'm going to be launching those other channels, so stay tuned for that. And I think that realistically, it's going to be more than two channels. I think we're going to have three. Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Take care. Have a good day. The weekend is almost here, so that's always awesome. Yeah. Um, yeah, I am gonna go live again. This was kind of like a up in the air type of thing to see if anybody wanted to ask me questions. I did announce yesterday about a Q&A, but I don't know how many people saw that. But there is something that I will talk about. Not right now. It's already been like over half an hour, and I'll talk about it in the future. But yeah, expect another live soon. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Enjoy the weekend. The weekend's almost here, so peace out.